Hello you guys, what's up? So, curious me never having cross stitch on canvas like this before, I wanted to give it a shot and see what it was like. So I guessed my middle was around here, and I started the initial outline of the eye, which is right there, and I'm currently about to do that weird gray triangle. But I'm just going to stitch this entire eye and see how well everything gets covered. Because you can see with the jumping here, you can see it underneath. But I'm assuming, you know, once all the stitches are down, you can kind of push them aside and hide them. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I did decide, since this is 14 count, and this is why I tend to buy 14 count, to loop start each color as well. And for weaving in, if I can't find enough to kind of, you can see I ended this one by weaving back and forth here 3 times. If I don't have enough or it's too bulky in a spot to weave it in, I'm just going to leave somewhat long ends hanging, and once enough of the area around it is covered, I'm going to try and end the next color near it, and I'm just going to tie them together. I don't really care if they're loose or not. Yes, this does come with a sticker for the felt to put over it, but I'm probably gonna also glue that as well, just to really make sure this holds. And this is a little bit difficult to see, but it's not that big of a problem. I do gotta say, for someone that likes the sewing method, it makes me a little bit grumpy. But that's okay. And if you hear a bunch of humming in the background, for whatever reason, my neighbor decided, oh, hold on. He had his landscaper come over today, and I don't even know why, because he brought the lawnmower out, and bruh, it's all leaves. Are you just mulching the leaves so your lawn is fertilized after winter, or what are you doing? And then my other neighbor to the left of where I'm sitting, the first neighbor's to the right, the other one to the left, he does all his own landscaping, I'm pretty sure. And he just blows the leaves everywhere, and I'm not gonna lie, he gets a lot of them in our driveway, and it kind of pisses me off. Excuse my language, but that feels a little rude to blow dry your leaves all over someone else's driveway just because you don't want it on your lawn. But honestly, leave the leaves because they are great for your lawn. Or even if you have plant beds and you've emptied them already, collect your leaves up, mulch them, or you don't even have to mulch them, collect them up and throw them in your garden beds, and it just really helps the soil. Just a little pro tip. Sorry that my neighbor wanting lawn maintenance brought that up. So my biggest concern here is up there, but this color isn't black. So I'm pretty sure up here will be black, and that'll be fine. But we'll see. Like I said, I've never used this before, and I honestly don't even care if I'm not doing it the right way. I'm doing it my way, the way that I am enjoying. Or hopefully will enjoy. If it goes wrong, I obviously won't enjoy it. I'll be sad. I think this is the last stitch for this color. And this one, I think I'm gonna leave a long tail because you can see right here, I can start up here with the black and end fairly close to where this ends, and I can just tie the ends together and save adding a whole bunch of bulk by weaving in behind several stitches. So that's pulled through. Let's leave a tail I can hold well enough to tie a knot. And I gotta put this back on the floss card or I will lose it. And this video won't be super long, and I'm so sorry for that. I do have to go wait at the end of my driveway to pick my son up. My driveway is not super long, but it's long enough and steep enough to where the special ed bus doesn't want to come up it. But that's okay. Alright, let's see. Symbol number 2 is color number 1, and that is 310 black. Perfect. True to what the image shows. Kind of like a Joy Sunday. Joy Sunday patterns also, on their paper pattern, replicate the actual color of what you're stitching. And as you can see, this is the one I chose. I had to, he's so cute. You little mlem. Mlem, mlem, mlem. Alright, let me just pull my strand out. Oops, I probably should put this back too. So how are all of you guys doing? I'm sorry I was gone for almost a week. If you're new to the channel, you haven't heard this yet. I am autistic and I have like debilitating anxiety, like social anxiety, and I don't really talk to people in a day, and because of that reason it always triggers anxiety somehow. And I got some really devastating news about something. I'm not going to go into it. And I just had a complete meltdown. No, I don't really want to talk to anyone about it. Look at me not reopening my pattern. But I needed cool down time. I did reach out for help with someone else through my son's school because they offer resources, and you know, my son's special ed too, so his teachers understand. Sorry about that. I use my computer for better lighting. But yeah, I'm mostly better, so I figured I'd come back. But if you ever see me disappear, I'm dissing pears over here. If you ever see me disappear for a few days or a week, don't be alarmed. I will come back eventually. I'm just going through something. And, you know, I'll come back when my social battery has reset itself. It happens every so often, which is why I can't be consistent with anything and why I have trouble holding a job that isn't inside my home. But yeah, I'm sorry I left you guys. I really didn't mean to. And I hope you guys had a good week for the week I was gone. I really don't mean to do that. It's a hard life for me, at least, especially when there's just so many things that I have to do right now that involve leaving my home. Hold on, I have to pull this to my face, sorry. Yeah, that involve leaving my home, and I'm also a little bit agoraphobic. I don't want to leave my house. Just like my son lasts like 2 minutes in a store and then he's like, okay, let's leave. And it's just a lot of stress for me, so stressful, and it doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. So all I ask for is a little bit of patience, kindness, and understanding. And then I will do my best to come back with the content. Okay, Had to make sure I'm going straight down here. I think black is the last color before a square that's going to be, well, technically 4 squares, but it's going to make a bigger square. Wow, my English. And I think that's going to be in white. So pretty much everything else is getting filled in with black right now. And now my fridge is humming. Oh my goodness, I don't even think I told any of you. Oh no, is that a knot? Nope, came right out, look at that. So last weekend, after I bought my groceries, all of my stuff in my fridge was freezing. And sometimes that happens when I overfill my fridge. I have no clue why. But I kept turning the temperature down. And I was so confused, like, why is everything still freezing? It doesn't make sense. Well, one day I was coming out of the bathroom and I caught a little man red-handed messing with the temperature inside of my fridge, and that explained it. It explained why he kept going into my fridge and not grabbing any food. And by little man, I mean my son. He's 5. And it explained why my stuff kept getting frozen. And I don't know how I didn't notice after turning down the temperature several times. But sometimes it just doesn't click. But mystery solved. My son is just a little crazy and he wants frozen food. Not really, because when his strawberries got frozen, that's when he started to get upset, because he's very texture and temperature specific. So when strawberries are frozen, he was not a happy boy. Not a happy boy at all, because Mom, why are they so darn cold? Because you messed with my refrigerator. At least it wasn't a ghost, though. Usually he stays out of my fridge. Usually it's him trying to crawl on the counters to get into my cupboards that's an issue. And the school's trying to work with me on that to help him not do it. They're trying to keep him off of tables there. I'm trying to keep him off of counters here. And he uses his note cards to communicate. And so we're always just saying, could you please get down? And then handing him the I want, I need cards, as well as the items I tend to have at home, like his specific food preferences or toys and items. I keep that stuff home, like pictures of it. I have a little Velcro wall. It's super cute, but instead of putting it on the Velcro wall under the I want, I need, he brings it to me and he'll shove it into my face gently. He'll shove it into my face and be like, Ma, I want that. He won't say that, but, you know, it's kind of implied. All right, so that's all of my black. I'm just going to go ahead and tie a knot because I'm lazy and no one's going to see this backside, so I don't care. And it's for me. Go ahead and cut that. Thread my needle. Almost done the eye. And I'm not sure. Actually, let me count. Now that I started the eye, I'm going to count the stitches out from one point of the eye and see if there's enough space on this so you guys can get an idea. So the pattern, I should get a bigger needle. Where did I put that darn thing? Of course, it was somehow sitting on top of my magnet. I don't know how. So the pattern said this stitch right here was the middle. And so that's where I started. I'm going to count from here. Oh, if my eyes can focus. I'm going to have to bring this really close to my face. Oh my goodness, that made me so dizzy. 20 stitches. So let's count from that same spot on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That gives us 3 stitches to spare, which is fine because you trim pretty close to the edge anyways. So thank goodness. Oh, I just hope I put the eye low enough. I'm not going to count every corner and like every side. I don't got the patience, and it hurts my eyes to try and count that clear canvas or anything small, and I don't know where my reading glasses are. So we're on to white, which is the white square, which is color number 13. So let's grab some 13. My mailman has not come yet today, and there's been a few times where the last time my mailman didn't show up, he didn't come for like 3 days, and I don't know what happened, but after those 3 days, we had a new mailman. I kind of want to know what happened. I'm a little curious. I hope he's okay. I mean, he was like super sweet, but the second you went to say goodbye or have a good day, he seemed so bitter. I couldn't tell if he was being serious or not, but I don't really talk to people often, so when their tone of voice is even slightly off, or they don't respond and just like do that weird head nod, like have a good day, and then they just nod their head up, I get anxious and I start overthinking, and I'm like, oh no, did I do something wrong? Do I get too many packages? Because I get more packages than probably my entire street combined. And I feel terrible about it, but like at the same time, a lot of it's free stuff at this point. Uh-oh. That's my alarm to remind me to get ready to go get my son from the end of the street. I have definitely been distracted recording videos or in the bathroom a little bit too long before and almost missed the bus dropping him off, so I got 10 minutes to finish this, and I don't need 10 minutes because it's now 3 stitches and then I'm done. One. See, it's just kind of weird because it's so stiff. But the needle works fine. I did the first color in the needle they gave me, but I swapped over to a smaller needle, which is my favorite one for 14 count. Super tiny. And I figured I may as well use my favorite needle if I'm gonna do like the cutest magnet ever. Alright, one more stitch to go. Come on, come on. And look at that, we have one eye. I'm sure the holes won't be noticeable once all the stuff's on the back because it's not going to let the light through. See? And no, I do not care if my stitches are perfect or not. I cross stitch for fun, not to make pieces of art. So I'm going under just a bunch of random threads. You see that it comes out this one. I'm going to skip that part, the thread itself, and go back through. And sometimes I'll do that a third time, but honestly I don't feel like it because this already feels like it's getting tight. And I'm completely done an eye. An eye for an eye. Well, again, I'm sorry this video couldn't be longer. I might potentially be making another video tonight depending on if the mailman brings me goodies or not, or how calm my son is. He's been coming home so insanely hyper that there's no way to have you guys even hear me, even if he's in the other room. And he also recently has figured out how to turn up the volume on his tablet, and that thing gets loud, and he refuses to keep it mid-volume. He always blasts it like every 5 minutes, and I also don't need a copyright strike. So I'm sorry for that, but thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video, and I will be sure to update you on this cute ferret. Bye, you guys. See you in the next one.